I think we have to keep meeting like this. I really like doing these videos in the wee hours of the morning, and I want to welcome you here. It is Friday, February 21st of 2025, and there are some hidden things. The planets are aligning. As of February 17th, Pluto was going into Aquarius, and that just means that things are being revealed. And oh boy, we got a very, very small taste of it in the last motion hearing on the 18th. There's more to come, my darlings. There's some things hidden that will be revealed. And we're going to ask if we can get a preview of coming attractions. But in the meantime, you're here with me. I'm there with you. And we continue. Welcome everyone to my channel. I'm Lady Zelda. This is Seeing Crime, and that is exactly what we've done. One of the first things that impacted me on this particular case is when I first heard David Yannetti stand up in court and tell a jury, tell the judge, tell the audience, and tell the world, Karen Reed was framed. That got my undivided attention, definitely. So today, we're asking for many of these things to be revealed. We have the hand of fate here. And I just believe that there's so much more to come, and everyone is so focused, and there's so much chatter about, oh, AJ, and is he going to be sanctioned, or is he going to be thrown off, or is there going to be, oh, my darlings. There's so much more behind this. So, do me a favor. Grab your favorite tea, grab your favorite coffee. Today, for me, this is my second cup of coffee already, and it is quite lovely. Let me get set up, and I'll be right back. If I haven't said so already, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, click that notification bell, because we've got a lot we really parse through. And I love being here with you. So, with that being said, as you can see, I have a lot of Cartomancy decks here. I have a lot of cards, and we're gonna consult. And actually, I have one more. This is the Palmistry Cartomancy deck. Why do I have all these Zelda? Hello. Well, because I am first and foremost a Cartomancy reader. This is how I learned. Almost 50 years ago, and I think a little bit longer than that, in all fairness. 50 years ago, my grandmother started giving me little hints and little tweaks, and I was around her and I watched her, and I'm going to tell you, she was the ultimate psychic. One of these days, I'll tell the stories about her, because she was fantabulous. She started me off with the Gypsy Witch cards. Now, everybody says, but Zelda, those look brand new. This is your grandmother's deck. Well, this was the box. And I don't keep them in the box because, well, the box really isn't that stable anymore, and I certainly don't want to tape it. So I just wanted to show you what I have here, okay? That's for all of you who curiosity needed to see this. So in my many years of Cartomancy, and I had not really started with the tarot until a few years ago, about 20 years ago, I was purely a cartomancer. Why? Because for me, you can really see some hidden things. There are some in-depth meanings that go back centuries with these cards. The Cartomancy came out before the tarot. The tarot was derived by the Cartomancy, and I think if you go side by side, you can really think. But, you know, there's some things about the Cartomancy deck. There's 52 cards in the deck, 52 weeks in a year. There are 4 suits, 4 seasons. all kinds of little goodies like that. Another day we'll talk about it. But the reason I have out all these cards is because this is what I have done in the past with other law enforcement, with people that are trying to find out something hidden, some truth. We've got a lot going on with Karen Reed. I mean, everywhere you look, we've got the proverbial can of worms. So today I'm going to do this. I want to take out all these cards. We're not going to get them mixed up. I've actually brought out the Royals. You've not really seen these decks. Maybe this one. But these are old. These are from, it's almost like a trio of cards that you get together. They are the Royal deck from Elephant Playing Card Company. It's beautiful. Here is a Majestic deck, the Hidden deck, the Fire Element, the Palmistry deck, and I have more if we need it. I don't think we will. The one good thing is I don't need to worry about reverse. Now, I will tell you this because sometimes I have people who will write to me and say, but Zelda, that card doesn't mean this. This card means this. These are the meanings that I know. These are the meanings that work for me. I'll do me. Okay? I appreciate that. But every reader has their own gig. So with that being said, I want to find out what's going on with Karen. What's going on with this judge? There is another motion hearing right around the corner. And let's do a little housekeeping before we really get into this. I mentioned that I saw this gentleman in a blue suit with a particular pin on his lapel. I wondered if he was from a 3-letter agency. And that has been factually based and I'm going to say debunked. He is a court officer. That's number one. Number two, there's a rumor going around that the court officers took the other officers to the Fed building and Auntie Bev was hoisted out of there and everything else. That is not factually based. I've done a little bit of research on that. That is not factually based. However, I have seen the new information that Turtle Boy, Dr. Aiden, has come out with Paul O'Keefe. Paul O'Keefe, sorry. And this is about an alleged affair. I heard a voicemail. I can't say that it's him because I really don't know. I mean, I know Paul's voice, but, hey, I'm going to take his word for it. His wife was not in the hearing, and I thought that that was a little odd. But this is not about Paul. But what this is you see the hidden factors? Everybody has a little hidden story in this. Karen is the only one who is coming out factually. She knows. She knows that she needs to tell it all to her attorneys and get it out there, because if anyone finds out, you see what happens. Just like with Paul. So there's nothing hidden with Karen, but there's a lot of these players that are hiding things from her. Okay. So here we go. I just wanted to preface all of this before we got started. So I'm going to clear the cloth, and we're just going to see what we are told. I hope you like the videos that have been coming out so far. I think that they are actually very spot on, I've got to say. I want to start out with this hidden deck. We're going to ask the spirit guides, and there's a 2 that came out already. All right, here we go. Was mich schreckt, was mich deckt. Was mir zur Seite steht, was mir nicht entgeht. Spirits, guides, angels, tell us what is near, tell us what is far, tell us what we can expect, what is coming out to harm, what is coming out now. The meanings are the same for all suits, no matter what deck I use, okay? So this is from the hidden. Some of these decks you might see writing on. It's okay. When they get old, I write the meanings on the deck, and it's, for lack of a better phrase, it helps to retain their memory. And it works. It works. Majestic. We're asking to reveal. We need a reveal. Thank you. We need a reveal. Now, there's a lot of energy going on right here, and I've been hearing some knocking in the background. I forgot to ask you what's in the cloth. I'm sure that maybe you can go back and take a look. But there is a lot of energy happening. And you can imagine. Well, a lot of this doesn't surprise me. We're going to go with this. Now, this may be a little hard for you to see, but I wanted to put it up against this white because you see these are dark. Okay? Quite a beautiful deck. I don't use them because, well, I've got a dark background. It's kind of hard to see. Angels, guides, and spirits, we are depending upon you in all of your wisdom. See, aren't they pretty, though? I'll call them out. I'll call them out when the time comes, okay? Not to worry. Fire. Fire, fire, fire. Make note of this upside down heart, because that is the only thing in a Cartomancy deck that I look for that is in a reverse. Okay, my darlings, let's get started. Before I do, I usually either put out one card of the Gypsy Witch or one card of this beautiful Piotnik deck, 36 cards written in 6 different languages. We are setting the tone. We're building a foundation for a case. And believe me, message. Now, Beverly Cannoni, Judge Cannoni, yesterday, filed a motion to appear. She's making this official. It's not I don't know if it's a summons. See, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an Indian chief. I'm not law enforcement. I'm not anything, but I am a tarot expert. I'm a cartomancy expert so far in my life. Still have a lot to learn. Always learning. I'm a tarot medium profiler, and that's why we're here, and it's for entertainment purposes only, so if you know, you know. My darling, what this is telling me is that now it is all about timing. With this particular card, this is not a good card. So the spades in any Cartomancy deck are the real negative boogers. They carry a lot of weight with them. Down to depression, down to almost predicting someone's demise. So far, I don't see this. Not a demise, anyway. The diamond suit is air signs, is an air element. equal to the swords. Clubs, earth. Spades, fire. Hearts, cups. The reason I asked you to remember this particular card, because on this way, this is a positive way. This is the wish come true, the heart's desire, the dream fulfilled, and it is the yes card. But this means someone is playing emotional games. And that's what they've been doing with Karen. The hidden things. Now, this is just going to come, this is a blanket of what we are on the outside looking in. The Four of Clubs. If you're a first time here, I have to say it. If you've known this before, bear with me. This, for centuries, has a dark connotation, a meaning. Hello? This, when you look down on it, resembles a four-poster bed. But this card means getting in bed with the devil, being swindled. Ready for this? Being framed. Now, what do these are timing cards. This is a timing card, this is a timing card. They are very earthy. They are very wintry. But I will also tell you that it can be very negative. But sometimes the negative is in a good way. It's not negative for Karen, but this denotes endings, legal problems, a demise, and delays. It can be a loss. It can be even prison. But it also means that you've got to work through this timing. So, there's definitely a partnership between people. There are 5 people involved, and this is a ringleader. And who do you think this gal is? This is an air sign equivalent to an Aquarius. Who is an Aquarius in this business? Miss Jennifer McCabe, in my opinion. We have another person here, I believe, that is, in my opinion, her sister, Nicole. Why are they showing up? Because they feel they are protecting their family by lying about what has happened. Because they know. They know. And believe me, in a case like this, it is usually the male that breaks. It is usually the male that breaks down and starts singing because I don't know what it is, and no shade on the males here, but the women can be strong as steel. And especially when they feel they're protecting children. But these two cards together, this one, and making some decisions, this card around this means around their home. So bottom line, they're hiding things about the home. 34 Fairview. The Nine of Clubs is a card in which they feel they want to remain stable. They want stability. They want all of this gone. They do not want to testify in this particular case. It's coming out very, very clear. They are frustrated. They are disappointed. They can't get their point across. And the reality of this whole entire thing is they are depending upon this person who will regurgitate their past hurts. And let's see, I think I know what's coming. Cause a distraction. Who is that person? A very immature, acting, haughty lawyer. So now we're starting to get confirmations of the story. So you know what that tells me? That we are on track. This is a legal card. It basically says it's not only legal, but it is morphed into a partnership. These people have a lot to lose. I want to encourage you to know that Bev knows that she can only be biased to a certain degree. Why? Because she's probably the only one in here that's got some common sense, even though it may be that much. She does not want to ruin her career, and as it is right now, there's a lot of pushback to her. And she's got to keep going. She cannot abruptly do something that will harm her. She can try to manipulate, she can try to maneuver, and yes, she has, and she will continue to do that. The writing is on the wall. The hidden things will be coming out. Yes, this looks like a mess. My apologies. That is Mr. Reed. The 8 of Diamonds. You see how there's writing on this? Ace of Clubs. I said 8. I'm sorry. Ace. So this is coming out. A new beginning. But it is also surrounding the home. This particular card down here, we're not going to forget him. The 3 of Diamonds. There's going to be several changes coming, and you got to brace yourself. And I do not believe that they are very positive for Karen's team. But believe me, it is a short battle. It is not the war. And sometimes you have to take a loss. The other thing is with this, it is all about conferencing, documents, telephone calls. You could even go one further and say, because this is a legal card, so we can say hearings, motions. We can say there's going to be a change in a situation. Do not be surprised if Bev does something with AJ after he explains everything on the 25th. There's going to be the explanation first, and then there will be something happen after AJ explains it. Now, the one thing that I was very impressed that I saw a post on X from Mark Betterow that said, read. Basically, read between the lines, read the entire room, understand what's going on, don't jump to conclusions. And he put the read out there because that is an indicator. He's sending us a message to not panic. He is talking about this. If you have X, go there and look up Mark Betterow. And I can't quote it right now because, well, it's lost my brain. But these people have a partnership. There will be a brand new beginning. There will be progress for Karen. However, however, it's not, I do not believe it's going to be very well received. We're looking for hidden things here. My apologies, I've got some different cards here. I do not, there we go. That guy flew out like a big, he wants to tell us something. Okay. Because, my darlings, this is not about money, even though they are spooing about money. This is about delays. And now that they have figured out, I want you to know this, okay? Now that they figured out that all of the lawyers working for Karen are all pro bono, did you notice that this has taken another turn? And so now they're doing these other things, these little acts of ridiculousness like Hank is doing. He needs to be sanctioned, in my opinion, and held responsible. There's a good thing to this, okay? And I'm going to tell you the good. I know some very influential people who have now been contacting the new U.S. Attorney General on this and bringing the attention to this case. Not only that, the new FBI director, and bringing attention. I don't care who anybody likes anybody. That's not about it. We need authority to step in, and these people hold authority. They do not like corruption. And in my opinion, that is exactly what we're fighting here, because we all know this is a frame job. So look at this. This card denotes a breakup, a severance, a card in which it basically says someone is in jeopardy, a third party, an affair, now this doesn't mean Paul. I believe that AJ at this moment is facing something. Now, it could be okay, because I still see there's going to be resuming. I still feel that he is involved. Don't panic. I'm just going to tell you, don't panic. Because this is getting worldwide attention. People are seeing, and they're seeing the antics of this dude right here. Will this continue? No. The antics will not continue because they will be put on notice. A message will be coming down the pike for these bad actors. Mr. Reed is there, and I can tell you there's probably some things Mr. Reed is doing behind the scenes. Not much, because they're watching them like hawks. Will Karen be okay? Yes, there is an eye on this case. You see that? People are watching. There's the moon card. Karen is the sign of the moon. She is a Pisces. And this predicts fortune. So Karen will be coming out of this, but the hidden things are, there are two more pieces of very crucial evidence that will be coming out. There we are. That's the one. Two more pieces of very crucial evidence coming out. We have a confirmation here that this is a collective partnership between the parties. They've taken a vow. They're not going to let go. There is more coming down the pike legally. March is also a very important month for this particular case. Extremely important. Very, Very important. I think, my darlings, here, from what I'm seeing, you will see Bev calm on the stand. You will see her composed. You will see her breathy, like she, the sighing and the breathy. But the truth will be placed in front of her. And I believe that I think she's angry about something. Do I believe that there was a communication between parties, between her when she went back to her desk? Well, yes. There it is. There's a 6 of diamonds as well. So much that is suspicious. And look at this. So she is a part, in my opinion, of this collective group. I was trying to give everybody a vision of doubt, because I don't want to accuse anyone, but I'm going to tell you very much so that all eyes are on this. This 4 of spades is a card of, look at that eye, is a card of frustration. The defense not getting their point across. But there is a problem coming for this guy. And is much bigger in the long run than what AJ could possibly face. Am I saying that AJ could be kicked off? At this moment, right now, there is a good possibility. After the hearing happens, I do believe that Bev is going to back up. She's going to back up just a little bit. Back up. We've got a lot of 2s here. There's some more 4s. I mean, we keep getting these confirmations. There's Hank. Hank shows up as a charmer, immature, thinking that he's all that. You know that little thing where he went shh in the courtroom? That was totally uncalled for. Those dramatic acting, totally uncalled for. That was for the media. And believe me, the media is not being very kind right now. And my suggestion to you, my darlings, is don't watch that crap. Don't watch it. I got into it with a media person on X yesterday and basically said it's very clear. Fiction sells, truth does not. We know where you stand. And that was the end of the story. That was the end of the exchange between this person and myself. And I think that they've even deleted it and blocked me from, and I don't care. I don't care. It's called truth. And in this particular case, the truth is stranger than fiction, believe me. This card is all about past hurts, and I think this is one of the most important cards here. It is from the past hurt of everything that had happened with Karen that early morning of January 29th. There was a plan, and I'm going to tell you what has been indicated to me from John's energy. There was a confrontation plan. This is why this person here basically told Karen she was going to be driving. They planned on confronting Karen. They felt that they needed to confront her about Higgy, because Higgy had been crying in his Jameson about what was going on between him and her, and she gave him the brush off. I mean, hello. And nobody liked it. But the guys turned on John, and it was not only because John knew some things, but because they thought John was stupid bringing Karen, or trying to bring her into the mix, into the fold, into this group of people. That was the pre-plan. to get them both at 34 Fairview, in my opinion, allegedly, supposedly, get them to 34 Fairview, have it out, confront. Did you kiss Higgins? Did you tell him this? Did you tell him that? Blah, blah, blah. But I think it's very suspicious that the day that John was pronounced dead, that Karen did, I believe, text Higgy and say John is gone or John is dead or something like that, and Higgy did not respond. What does that tell you? That is the biggest tale for me in the hidden part of this. What does it tell you? It tells me that Higgy, the moment that he knew it already, but the moment that he heard that, had this oh shite moment. And it was, oh my God, what now? And that's why there was a big meeting at that house that day. That's why because that right there tells me that is human behavior. You do not respond. You do not show up. You do not do anything when you're found out. You run. You walk away. That's why he left and went down to the PD. In my opinion, that's why he was on the phone at 1:30 something or other in the morning, because he was alerting someone of what had happened. There is a story, allegedly, that he was telling someone in Boston in a bar about this, and after the story ran out, other police officers will not get involved because it's a thing, and it's not, they're not protecting anybody. It's a union thing, as far as I know. So this is a career buster. He's in trouble, and this one knows it. They don't want to testify. But I want you to go back and I want you to look through those texts, and I want you to see this unfolds through those texts. In some ways it matters, but in some ways it doesn't matter who dealt the final blow to John, because they're all guilty. They are all guilty. If they were there, they knew it, and it happened with them there, they all are guilty, in my opinion. So, we're going to see some stuff come down on the next hearing, but that's pretty much what is hidden. And I think it's not going to be hidden too much anymore, because it's all coming out in plain sight. But there are two major pieces of evidence that the defense will be coming out with. Watch for them. Watch for them. Now, this federal appeal, it may have some legs. We're going to get to that. But my only message, and this is my opinion, is for Bev. If you cannot contain yourself, if you react and act in a physical way, then you must either excuse or recuse. In my opinion, this is unprofessional, and it is very telling, because my question to you, Madam Judge, who are you involved with? Thanks so much, my darlings. Yes, I get very passionate over this. Thank you so much for being here. This was a long one. I know. I love you. Everything is going to be working out okay. There's a lot of telltale signs here. Winter is coming, and it's definitely here. And there are ending cards all over the place. The end of winter is in March. Let's see what happens. Thanks so much for being here, my darlings. Don't forget, subscribe, thumbs up, do all the YouTube-y things, because it sure does help me. And I love you. We're gonna make it through today. We're gonna make it through this weekend. And don't forget, I have a live coming Saturday night at 7 p.m. We're going to see what else we can come up with. Be there with you, with me, with you. Hello. We'll be there together. Thanks a lot, my darlings. I love you. And I appreciate your support. Bye for now.